I really have forced myself to get up and around. I just don't. Uh, it must be the fact that I'm approaching the age of 37, and I'm not afraid
I
to be
know.
40, something
40
like
just
that.
kills you, doesn't it?
Pretty
But
much.
anyway, can you all hear me, David?
We hear you very well.
How about me?
Okay,
Hear you fine too.
Great.
good, good.
Yeah, on Sunday school, sometimes I just have to scream. I'd be reading verses and be like, and the Lord said, people would be like,
Anyway,
Melissa, do you like my Christmas present? Or your
Yes.
Christmas present?
Love jigsaw puzzles. Haven't started yet.
I figured, but I've had it for ages. I moved it down from Lamar and just one of those meaning to, and then could never find it until I came across it in a box this week. And it was like,
Thank you. Thank you.
Debbie, how do you feel?
I feel good. My shoulder still hurts a little, but I'm good.
Oh, and no ill effects from the other. Good.
It's a tiny bit draggy, but you know.
I think I'm going to close this door here, Debbie.
Oh, okay.
We got the sun coming right down the hallway.
Yeah.
I faded her out a little bit.
You can see my wrinkles too well. So
I don't think she has any wrinkles.
We all have them now,
Yeah. All
Not me.
except for
Your
Get
day
it?
will
I know.
How's that? That okay for her?
looks
Or
good to
maybe
me. How about you guys?
I don't know. It takes more than getting rid of sunlight to get rid of your wrinkles.
Yeah, we'll have to get it pretty dark in here. There we go.
Now I
That's
can't see
bizarre.
you.
There we go. All right, I'm sorry.
Andy, how was your trip?
It was good.
Good, good.
Real good. Yep.
Where did you go?
I went to Fort
Learning. I'm sorry. Need to interrupt.
Smith with friends. Fish.
Fun.
Well, just gonna say it out loud, because Maddie is.
I don't want you guys to think negatively of me, but me and not Ryan, but me and James. I don't know if you guys remember
The
James, the
policeman.
police officer.
Yeah, yeah.
We started seeing each other again.
Anybody that would go to take his ex-girlfriend to her new boyfriend's house to get, he's a pretty stand-up guy, sounds like to me, so.
He is a very nice man.
so.
Yeah, he's and
We've matured a lot more than what we did when we first dated. So
It kind of happens.
I'm better now.
I don't think you ever fully mature. I think the maturity comes when we hit the heavenly gates.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see that video of me and your mom and your Aunt Susan playing Chinese checkers, you know.
Who won that? Did you win that?
No, it wasn't me. It must have been
Susan then.
Yeah.
Susan.
Uh,
I can't believe, because I had this plan totally lined out where my marbles would go in order to get that victory. I wasn't paying attention to anybody else's moves. And all this, here's Susan done.
You got a plan? I didn't even have that. I was just moving marbles.
Well, I saw an opportunity, and I just was going along.
I especially like that one where you jump two marbles at the same time.
Yeah.
Susan called you on it. It's like, hey.
Well, was that illegal?
Yes.
It was?
Yeah.
It was checkers. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
How we doing?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good so far. We're
fair and warmer Tuesday.
Yes.
And stormy on Wednesday.
Yeah,
That means I'm
So
not
I heard
feeling
that.
as good as I would like.
I was telling them
let's see.
in the afternoon or the day with you guys.
Yeah.
We are, well, Kenny, well,
what's that?
Huh?
Kenny and Karen join us, David, you think?
I don't know.
Gary and Kenny?
Carrie and Kenny should be.
Okay,
It's only 7.
and I forgot what you told me about Joy, whether she'll be joining us.
Hey,
Speak of the devil, the horns appear. Hey. Hi, guys.
Hello.
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 Your grandpa was just asking if you were joining us.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Thanks, everybody.
Hello.
You can still wish Barbara happy birthday tomorrow too.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be a little easier to get everybody together tonight rather than tomorrow night. There's also a big basketball game on tomorrow night too, so.
Oh,
Can't miss that. You
oh,
know,
is-
since Arkansas made it to the Elite Eight, I just was like,
Yeah,
does that ever happen?
just stunned. It's been, we won the championship in 1994. That was that last one, right?
95 or 96, I think we went back to the Elite Eight.
We didn't win, right?
No,
did not win, but
That's cool.
you're-
There is Cynthia.
I'm gonna get on top of my house and show you everything.
yeah.
All right.
Hi.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi,
Hey, Cynthia.
Hi, Barbara. Happy
Hi.
birthday.
Thank you. How you feeling?
Sure.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. It's been Easter. I did an Easter dinner. I just got back
Oh,
from
yeah.
feeding these cats and fish.
Oh,
Been a busy day for me.
yeah.
So
Been- There's Susan.
There is Susan.
Susan. Hey, Susan.
Hey.
I gotta change here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
We can see you.
There's Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Hello.
There
And
we
Joy.
go.
Hi.
Hey, I have a form.
I know.
That's cool. I
There
didn't
we go.
really do anything. He just says farm update.
Amanda, you and your family doing well?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Starry night in
Look
New
at the
York.
background.
Need to do a background like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Science Theater 3.
Enterprise.
Well, you've got me thinking in terms of astronomy and astrophysics, and you're
Well,
got a good
I-
background to remind
All right,
me
don't get him
of
started.
that.
I mean,
Or horrific science fiction.
yeah, or you should watch the
Okay.
show. You wouldn't think of that at all.
Well, I probably am the weirdest 90-year-old you've ever run into.
Yeah.
I am
Maybe.
literally doing that. I spend hours studying cosmology, astrophysics,
Are you leaving me?
ancient history. And right now I'm working on this one here, which is just pure, I'll put it up close where you can see. Anyway, Books That Matter, The City of God, of course, by the book by
St. Augustine, isn't it?
St. Augustine. And I'm getting a good introduction as to what politics was like in ancient Rome. And I'm also getting a good insight into what politics is doing here in Washington DC too.
Yeah, no, tell us about it.
And they're very similar, very similar.
Yeah.
Can't get it on my head.
Oh, that's really
I like it.
Oh,
very
sweet.
nice.
Down so you can use two hands.
Three candles might be a little ambitious.
Everybody get your caps on.
I just,
It does say birthday, but
here I am.
You just have
Birthday must be in the fringe.
it is. This is the one that Thespa sent me this for my birthday, but
Oh.
it's making the rounds. This is about the third time I've used it.
Hey,
Well, you all may have heard
Yeah, it is.
that Deborah got her first COVID vaccination yesterday. So,
Good.
it was interesting. They have a drive, quote unquote, drive-by shooting at the clinic.
What can I do with this?
Pull up, they check your name off, you drive to the next place and they.
You know what I have?
Mhm.
I wish I had that instead of having to wait in Walgreens for
Uh,
45 minutes.
Hey,
uh,
Tespa waited 2 hours for hers, so.
I mean, I had an appointment, but it
Oh,
was,
gee.
yeah, I had an appointment. I still waited 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Appointments only mean something for us. They don't mean anything to the doctors.
It
So.
was everything. There was no doctor. It's when they do it at Walgreens, you're in line with all the people getting prescriptions and
Oh, man.
everything else.
Oh,
So,
man.
3 people's got COVID in front of you.
Yes.
yeah. And I happened to get there like right when 2 people in front of me got their shots right away. And then I sat there and they must have waited on 20 people.
Yeah, just your luck.
Yeah, so I mean, I was happy to get it though. So I'm only complaining a little bit.
I'm looking for that box.
If we
Is
could
that
only
it for you?
convince
Tuesday.
everybody.
What's
I had
that?
a terribly sore shoulder for a couple of days, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, so
Oh, I
sore.
had
It was like about there. That was all I could do.
Yeah.
So sore. Yeah.
When, have you had your second one yet, Kenny?
No, I just had the Pfizer last week.
Mine
So
was the
I've got another
Moderna.
2 weeks to wait.
Joy, when did you take yours?
On Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, I got
My
Moderna
gosh.
too.
Oh,
Just the sore arm. That was all I had.
sorry.
It was really sore though. Like
Yeah.
surprisingly sore.
I
Yeah,
ended up going back to work and I had to do a lot of work with my arms that day. So I think that helped. And actually, I think helped. But
Yeah, yeah,
it
I've
was
heard
hard
that.
to move my arm the next day. And then the next day after that, it was like, oh, I had to like find where it was, but-
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was like trying to wash my hair and I'm like,
Oh, I'm getting
I didn't have to wash my hair.
Oh,
Yeah, you too, Kenny. Just wait, Joy.
it reminded me of
Just wait.
tetanus
Get your
shots.
hands
Can
up.
you remember that from the military, how the tetanus shots always like
Oh, yeah.
did everything, like your lymph nodes swell up and
Right,
everything got
yeah.
sore from it.
The
so-
smallpox vaccine.
Oh, yeah, I had that when I was a kid.
I had it, I guess, in 2010. It was not fun.
you did?
Oh, they made you before you went overseas?
Yeah, before I went to Iraq, you had to have smallpox and
Wow.
diphtheria and all these other vaccines. Makes a big old black spot on your arm that falls off 2 days later.
Am I supposed to
We're very
break the gold?
I
familiar
had a
with it.
big reaction to mine when I was a kid. but
Gold
they
that
used to-
respawns.
they used to make a big,
You had to bring a
yeah,
bubble into her.
yeah. 'Cause it-
Plastic.
yeah, oh, for like, I was
Gold respawns.
sick as a
Yeah.
dog for a week, yeah.
Well, you all have never had shots like Grandpa has.
Well, I don't
shots.
know, Kenny just had that
Kenny
and
did that and all the
smallpox at
ones
the
for
same
some-
time.
I got
I
hit
beg
with
to differ there, they
12,
probably found 3 or 4 more diseases since the 50s.
When I left Officer Canada School at Fort Benning, Georgia, to clear the campus, to clear the fort, I had to get complete, up-to-date vaccinations, the whole shebang. When I got to Seattle, Washington, I was required to show my vaccination, and they said, well, you need to have these all updated. Everybody in the company had to have them, everybody. So we lined up and I got 5 vaccinations. And just the day before we were to get on board the troop ship, they told us that there was a foul up in the records, and therefore, before we got on board ship, we would have to get the entire load of shots again. And frankly, if everybody on board ship didn't get sick from that, they could look forward to that night at sea when everybody got
That's
sick
it.
because of the rocky rolling of the ship. I never
think I
saw
had,
such a bad foul up in my entire life.
Man,
And I fully expected that when the ship got to Yokohama,
Yeah.
that they would give them all to us again. And then from Yokohama to Incheon, Korea, I expected to get them again. And then from Incheon to near somewhere near the 38th parallel, I expected some medic to come up and say, have you had your shot records brought up to date? And I probably would have deserted right then.
They have a pharmacy there? Jennifer?
boy,
I
Maddie's
think we
getting
had
kind of
26 shots before we moved overseas for our troop move. And fortunately, they were in 6-shot increments.
oh gee, not all.
You're like 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's actually, that's what it was. They were lining up.
5,
They lined up on each side of you, and you just walk down this thing, and then you get a shot in your right arm, then one in your left, and your right, and then your left.
Initiation.
And the last one was the smallpox one. That one was the painful one.
So do you have a little like
The scar from it? Yeah.
scar?
So I have on my right arm, I have a little injection scar, but they don't use they use an air gun rather than the needles.
Oh,
So it doesn't leave much of a mark.
yeah, we had the little mark for years and
But
years.
I'm pretty sure that I'll die early from those injections.
Oh my God.
I'll get smallpox or something later.
Hey, look
I
how
thought
it
they had
worked
stopped
today.
using those air guns. I didn't realize they were still using them. So
They still do.
no, I remember getting a lot of people because they were doing it so fast to us. This is when they first came out. If you would hold still, but if they were like moving, then it would like cut you. So a lot of people had cuts on their arms from those air guns because they would rip a little piece of skin.
So they've gotten better now. They have a little guide that they just place against your skin and pull the trigger.
Oh,
And as long
okay.
as that guide is in place, it's a flawless injection. Well, quite painful, but flawless.
Yes.
I still prefer the polio vaccine. My favorite one.
Actually, I don't think I had that. Ever had the
Piece of sugar, a drop of sugar.
You get drops of the vaccine on the sugar cube and had to go back a couple of
I
times.
remember that.
Yep. Mama walking us to the community building, walking me at least.
Oh, I
to the
think we always got
community
it at school.
Yeah.
Cool.
building.
We got ours at school.
No, nope. Mama taking me to the community building. I was still the little one, I guess.
Oh, you weren't in school yet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
you talking about your
yeah. Probably through the
Polio,
county.
polio,
the sugar
yeah.
cube.
Polio, right.
I was
Probably through
with
the
you.
county.
Really?
I do remember that.
But that was,
Yummy. I wish they would all be like that.
yes, no, wouldn't
Well,
they?
Couldn't they do that with all of them?
Oh, I never forgot that they gave that on a sugar
Sugar
cube,
cube.
didn't they?
Yeah.
I was somewhere, maybe I was at a school somewhere, but they were given the polio vaccine. And they didn't put it on the sugar cube. It was just tilt your head back and drop it down your throat.
They do it, or used to do with babies. I don't know if they still do it or not.
That may be.
It's still better than a COVID test.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I never
Scratching
got the
COVID
test.
test.
boy.
Well, you
I
should
still got it
know
going for
what
another
the
2 or 3
topic of
weeks.
the day is there, can't you?
Yep.
Vaccinations, that's, no, we're here for a birthday, aren't we? I forgot about.
Yes. So
Yeah, I've got
everybody,
the COVID test nearly every day. So
Ugh. You have no cells left in your nostrils, do you?
no. I mean, I think they went past the sinuses and they're starting to get
Yeah.
straight there.
Getting some brain tissue
Grace,
there.
oh, gray matter there.
Yep.
Oh, my
Kenny, you weren't self-administering the test?
No, unfortunately, that is the one big no-no. You can't self-administer. So I do COVID tests for other, but then they do it for me because they know that if I do it for myself, it's just gonna be like, whoop, got it,
Yeah.
good. Turns out I'm great. So another medic has to do it for me, and I have to do it for others.
I can picture you doing your evil laugh as you're doing it too. Just,
Well, see, I'm pretty gentle with it because we don't actually use the wire with the Q-tip. We actually just use a nasal swab, which doesn't have to go near as deep.
oh,
And so it's just back till you the way they say it in the book is till you feel resistance, but that may be their sinuses. So you go in till you feel the back of the nasal cavity and swirl it 5 times and pull it out.
The very first one I got was all the way back,
Oh yeah.
way up. And then, you know, we gradually got to the point where we understood how far back we needed to go. They
Yeah.
changed the rules on how to do the testing. And then when I got COVID and went to Washington Regional to get tested, they just barely put it up in my nostril and just swabbed it around and around and around. And she said, well, you got to think about it. You know, you've got cells from here to, you know, the tip of your,
yeah.
so, you know, if you've got COVID,
They're all mucosa cells, so all they got to do is get mucosa cells. That's it.
exactly. And so the going back and touching the brain was really,
Uncalled for.
overkill.
Well, then we have some companies that require blood tests. ConocoPhillips requires that you have antibody, which I
antibody.
prefer 100 to 1 over that
Yeah.
nasal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be what they're doing in China. So
Yeah, the other end.
Oh, man.
And
I heard that.
Kidding me? Oh,
More than I wanted to know.
Yeah, you
I
might.
remember seeing that. I'm like, are you, yeah.
They say it's the most accurate. So
apparently, the Japanese citizens that Japan, like, they insisted that they not do it on Japanese citizens because it was stressing Japanese citizens out and who were in China. So,
Yeah, can't blame them.
yeah, right.
Wow.
Happy Easter, happy birthday.
Yeah.
by the way, how are you feeling? How's your
I'm,
recovery?
We will remember this for years. We will.
yeah.
A birthday in which we talked about COVID-19.
Well, you know, a year ago today is when my first, I came face to face with my first COVID patient. And I spent I was up all day, all night, and most of the next day, my birthday. We were trying to figure out what to do. We had no idea how to treat, how to quarantine. We didn't have any protective gear. We didn't have masks. We had gloves.
Yeah.
You know, we went overkill on the on this patient, unfortunately, as far as quarantining them, but we didn't know. All we knew it was highly contagious,
Green potato.
and then it was deadly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I will always remember that birthday.
Yeah.
You know, because that was probably one of the worst I've ever had in my life, and it was a pretty bad day. But it's
Oh, man, I get it.
we've gotten we've advanced so far this year with a totally unknown disease. So we've come so far in being able to treat and now inoculate against it. And, you know, it's just amazing how far, you know, healthcare workers came. And then, you know, last year was a year of enough, but this year, you know, you know, the frustrations unfortunately are being taken care of, you know, taken on the care workers, you know. So there are a lot of people are jumping out of the healthcare profession.
Yeah, I can believe.
They can't stand the stress anymore. It's just too much. But it's going.
Don't have to plug it inside.
But children.
Amanda,
It was a happier birthday.
Good.
Yeah.
Amanda, how are the children, all of them are in school now, aren't they?
Yes.
And yeah, are they catching up reasonably well, or are they still?
They're doing fantastic.
I'm glad to hear that.
They're having probably their best year academically
Oh,
speaking. I think
that's
they're
good.
really able to absorb the information in a smaller
That's
set
good.
at their own pace.
Well, good.
Although I think the teachers are probably trying a little harder this year to make sure that they do a good job, because they realize that
Yeah.
so many of their students, you know, did not have the kind of access to, you know, to the internet. And I really don't know how Rogers or Bentonville handled all that, but or Springdale either, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here anymore. I wonder if I'll show up.
I don't know. Springdale, as far as virtual school goes,
Mhm.
they made the kids transfer to Don Tyson School of Innovation
Oh,
and
Okay.
do their virtual school.
Oh, that's good.
So for my kids, that's what my kids are doing right now.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a virtual school that Springdale already had for several years now, that they expanded to the elementary and stuff this past year, so that more kids can do the virtual school at
Yeah.
home. It's worked out really good for my kids, but that's probably because I sit in here and like, do your work, turn around, stop playing with that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So I have a friend who posted that she didn't know whether to be upset with her 7-year-old or proud of him, because he had figured out how to take a screenshot of himself. And so he had a screenshot of himself doing this in front of the computer, looking intently at it. And he had it kind of like yours, Joy, except, you know, it was the foreground, so the background. He didn't get caught until he wasn't paying attention and he walked past himself. And the teacher caught himself walking past himself in the background. So, you know, his mother was like, I didn't know he knew how to do that. You know? So I'm like upset with him, but I'm kind of proud of him too, because
Just send that kid to Elon Musk. I'm sure he's got a.
right, you know, and his teacher has, you know, probably 24, 30 kids that he couldn't really tell. This one child that was looking at his computer intently wasn't really there. So
He paid so much attention. He's so focused.
he was being very studious.
That's cool.
Zoom pranks that people have been making do on, particularly in settings. This guy, you can have your background instead of a still image, it can be a video. So he
Oh.
videotaped himself coming in the door behind him, and he was sitting in front of the Zoom participating, and he walked in on himself.
Melissa, did Shiloh Christian School did they ever close down or did they keep on going?
Well, I don't know for sure, but as far as I know, last year, they closed down the last 2 months or so.
Okay.
They went to virtual. But this year, I think they've been in class all year. Sometimes kids have to go into quarantine and then they go on the computer.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether one person handles that or the classroom teacher handles that. I really don't know. I'm out of the loop now.
Librarian.
Do I have to fruit?
Well, that shows the resiliency of young people for this virus. It really is. Frankly, if I remember correctly, Christian School won the Class AA state championship, state championship, in football, and how they were able to do that without could testify as to the resiliency of young people in a time where people my age were in the deadly fright of what could happen.
Susan, how's your family doing?
Everybody's good as far as I know. I haven't heard from anybody today except Niall. So he calls.
Did Niall call you?
He calls me all the time.
Wow.
Yeah. He calls me on Messenger or video chat. So all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
How old is he?
the first time he did it, I thought it was just a fluke thing, but he does it regularly now. So yeah, he just turned 2.
Wow.
Turn 2.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I was going to say
One
he just
smart
turned
little boy.
1.
I
but
thought so
boy,
too, yeah.
Still in diapers.
my time is running out, kids, when I can't keep up with the age of my great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vespa really, really smart, right?
Oh, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
We find out tomorrow what the sex of the next one will be. So
Oh, that's right.
cool.
Oh, I didn't know she was.
Tomorrow, that's right.
Yay. I'm excited.
When is she due?
In August.
Well, you know how you can trust that.
Right.
Remember,
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be a
Right.
little girl. So-
Yeah, that's true.
She said they're not.
Patty
gonna
was supposed to be a boy.
Hopefully they get a clearer picture this time.
Yeah, they'll just do it once, I
She said
guess.
she's
so.
not
yeah.
gonna-
Was he
if they
supposed
don't
to be
get
a
a clear
girl?
picture.
Well, I mean, they just do it when they first sex the baby. They usually just do it. It's like it's 2 dots, it's a girl. It's 3 dots, it's a boy. It's 3 dots, one of the backwards or whatever. But it was really so early on that they tell you the sex of it that there isn't a whole lot to look at. So but it just kind of, I guess all her subsequent
Oh, yeah. There you
sonograms, they use her pictures,
Yeah.
go. Are you like,
Greg.
It doesn't pick up his bald
no, it
head.
really doesn't.
Like a head.
Kind of in and out. It's like the Invisible Man. Is he really there? Oh my gosh, that looks so weird. Like he really just his head.
Whoa.
I was going to ask where you were.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Greg.
Hey,
How you?
hey, Gary.
Man behind the stars there.
There you go.
You doing all
Well,
right?
I was excited to get your invitation, Joy and Greg. That's got to be exciting.
Yeah. We're already married, but
Right. Well, no, finally get to
Sounds like-
celebrate it
Yeah.
Right.
the way you wanted.
yeah, we'll just pretend it never happened.
So y'all planning on
Wow,
doing?
not a very nice thing to say, but okay.
Yeah. I was I'll just take the ring off of my finger real quick and then you can put it back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So, I didn't respond yet because I'm in the process of selling my house. I'm going to be retiring soon. So
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out
You got a
the house
minute.
sales over
Yeah.
this coming weekend, and I'm not sure where I'm going to have the mail forwarded because I hadn't planned to go to North Carolina until the summer.
Cynthia.
Where are you moving somewhere?
So I
else?
have the house in the Outer Banks and selling the house in Maryland and going to the Outer Banks.
So you're
Oh,
moving there
nice.
like full time.
Yeah, full time.
Nice.
When I'm back here in Maryland, so yeah, I've been in this house so long, it's hard to think about leaving, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
learning all sorts of things from the internet, how to grout tubs and how to caulk and how to change light fixtures, and
Yeah. YouTube's awesome.
it is wonderful. I like find these things and I email them to myself really quick, and then when I meet them,
Yeah.
I'm like so. I mean, I know how to do like most of it, but still, it's so nice to have something to look at and remind yourself, like, oh, what order am I supposed to do this in? And
Right. Turn off the breaker is always first.
Yeah.
good, yeah, that was a good one. So the only issue I ran into on the electrical was really just the mounting plates, and the screws don't always align to the box. So I had one where I like installed it. I thought, oh, I did that wrong, and I finally got it like up there. And then I looked at the diagram better and had it right the first time. I'm like, I am not taking that down. That is just, they're mounting screws and they're really in there now. So if anybody ever takes them off.
So are you,
After you put it on the market and somebody gets it inspected, you think it's perfect, and those house inspectors will find so much stuff. So.
Oh, I know they probably will, but the only thing I changed electrically was just these light fixtures. So that's a very easy thing to do, really. So the mounting of it. But I mean, if they find something wrong with it, they'd have to yank it off, find something wrong with it, because
They'll do that. They'll open all plates, and they'll make up in the attic and open up plates in the ceiling. All kinds of things.
You've got her worried now.
So,
I mean, there's everything has been done by a licensed professional in this house, with the exception of replacing those light
that
fixtures.
doesn't matter.
And call
Well, I know it doesn't, because I found several things that he did wrong. So, which annoyed me. So I took wallpaper off and then found out the wall wasn't really finished correctly underneath it, but the wallpaper hid everything. So I almost re-wallpapered.
Well, don't take the wallpaper. There's your lesson.
so this is not load bearing wallpaper, hopefully.
Oh no, thank God.
Are you sort of gussying up the place before putting on the market? Is that the idea, or?
Yeah, it's just downstairs there was we had two rooms that we combined into one, like a bedroom suite, and I had planned on redoing that for years, and then Matthew's girlfriend moved in, and then Matthew moved in, and then they got married and moved out, and I'm fine. It was before I put it on the market. I really need to change the mauve carpet that's been down there since 1990. So it was pretty gross, and so that's getting changed down, and just paint. But there was wallpaper border in those rooms, and that was much harder to remove than it should have been. And then the bathroom was wallpapered, and that's when I discovered there were like flaws in the wall that the wallpaper completely covered up. But I've learned to mud also, so and it takes 10 or 12 times as long as what you think it should. So
You watch the guy do it on YouTube, it takes him 3 seconds. You're like,
I know.
how do you do
For TV.
I've even gone back and like redone some stuff. I'm like, when you do it, you're like, oh, it's fine. And then I the more I look at it, I'm like, I just can't stand it. I have to get it out and like fix it one more time. So
yeah.
So
David, when he was getting our house ready to sell. He'd do it one way and then he'd realize, no, that's not right.
They redid it.
And if it's
And you
large
decided you liked it better the first way. And
enough, crystal. And if I see crystal. and if crystal is
my house in Lamar was the strangest thing. Had
man comes
my
out.
lawn fella came and asked me, can you
Yes.
make sure that the
That's real wide
breakers
open.
are all flipped on the front for the deals on the front porch?
Yeah.
And there were no breakers for the plugs on the front porch.
Don't
They were just there on the wall and weren't attached to anything.
Or attached to anything.
Yeah, it was like.
All good. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it just, yeah.
I started to think that's what was in the second bedroom because they weren't on the same breaker and it wasn't marked on my panel. So
Yeah.
I went through, I don't know how many, all 36 of them, I guess, before I finally found the right one.
Well, it's so fun.
Are you taking notes?
Oh,
Joy?
me?
Yes, are you taking notes?
Oh, about home ownership?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you want to.
Yeah, rent
Yeah,
forever. That's my note.
Oh,
Something breaks, somebody else has to fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Hire semi-professionals.
True.
No lawn care.
Yep.
Well, I want to tell you all
Yes,
I'm
I
grateful
like
to David for coming over here and yesterday and installing a new camera on top of the new monitor that I have, the large monitor there. which-
Yeah, it's nice to see both of
Brought the
you.
large monitor too. So
Yeah.
we can see you guys and now you can see us.
You're
Yeah.
both in the picture.
Yeah,
color
because
is
before
much
it would be like
better
1.5.
And you can hear us better, I know, because the microphone is a stereo. He told me it's a stereo microphone, so
Wow.
I've never heard of that before, but
Oh,
it must be working. So,
it sounds good.
and I clicked into a church service this morning and
Work.
Sunday school,
did
and
work, yeah.
I couldn't be heard at all. In fact, I couldn't get a return picture. So after church service was today, I called David up and he did his magic, whatever that magic he has
know,
with
yeah.
computers. And anyway, he figured out a way to do it, which was typical really of anybody who messes with computers. He said, take the plug that we plugged into the side for the audio and visual, pull it out, and then plug it back in.
Yeah.
Yep. Plug it back up.
Whammo!
There it is. Yep.
Turn it off and turn it on again is always. the
Suddenly,
way.
I'm
Yep. It's number one.
whatever magic that is, David, you did it.
A voice of experience, many times. I do it
The
the wrong way.
magic of rebooting, huh?
Yes. Did you ever see that there was a kind of a back and forth between the CEO of Microsoft and the CEO of Ford Motor Company? And it was like Ford going, yes, if your car is malfunctioning, pull over, turn it off and turn it back on again. And Apple going, yes, but then you have to get your computer filled with gasoline before you can. So it was cute like that.
I don't know. I'm exceedingly grateful to God that David found the kind of work that he wanted to do. It was pretty difficult because I had visions of him becoming a chemist. And when he won the Robert A. Welch scholarship in advanced chemistry to Texas Tech, the only question we had to ask the departmental director would his color blindness be a handicap? And he said, no, we read most stuff by instrumentation a day. But when he went off to Baylor University in the summer
Sure enough.
as a senior participant in their computer program, they had a small mainframe computer. And when he came back, he was a changed individual. And thereafter, it was computer, 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 computer. It's an
Good choice.
It's an interesting thing how he finally got his degree in chemistry at the University of Arkansas.
Yep. I'm doing a computer program.
This professor called me up and said, Mr. Merrifield, David only lacks 1 credit for his degree in chemistry. And I said, I'm getting ready to go to the University of North Carolina as the head of the department there. I said, I'd like to fill in all these extra little details before I go. And David's one of those details. And so we talked a long time, and the agreement was that David was so imbued with all this stuff with computers that they would give him a job doing some programming in chemistry for the freshman chemistry group. And they would count that as the last hour. And after that, I had to be grateful forever to people, even in college, that normally don't give that much break, because I think it's not only David's record and recommendation, but also was the fact that I was pretty well known too as a very
Everything in the house.
astute chemistry and physics teacher.
Wait, so Dad, you weren't to graduate, but they had to call your dad?
That's right. That's exactly what happened.
Dad?
David,
No, I
if
guess you
have the
didn't know
facts-
about this.
No.
If I have the facts, you can always deny them.
You know, I have gone to so many schools and
No,
they never had to call my dad.
He was just friends with the guy up at the chemistry
Oh,
department.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the ticket.
The end of the story is, you know, I graduated and got my diploma and all. I didn't ever walk across the stage, but University of Arkansas has a tradition of all graduates have their name engraved on sidewalks all around the campus. I think I'm the only one who's graduated, never had my name on sidewalks.
Really?
Why?
Oh yeah, we gotta see that
You have
done.
to apply for graduation though.
Well,
Who knows?
whatever, it just, my name never showed up. So,
We need to fix that.
Yeah, maybe it's in a bathroom somewhere.
We can take care of that.
Yeah.
I'll get it. We'll have this done inside an hour.
I urged him to go ahead and get a master's degree. I don't know why I said that, because he was teaching programming to master's degree students.
I was doing, I
And
didn't,
then, I urged him, why don't you work toward a PhD in computers? And
yeah, I didn't have my
how could
bachelor's.
I do that? Because he was now head of the computing departments for the entire university. So who knows?
I didn't-
Father's wisdom only goes just so far, David, just so far.
By the
Okay,
way,
now you can
Dave,
respond.
when you getting shut of that?
What?
When
Huh?
are you getting shut of having to go back and work for them?
There isn't a stop, Debbie.
No,
Are you still working at the at Aeron? Or are you done? Is what she's asking, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm still at
They
all.
couldn't find somebody to replace him, so they put him back to work and haven't given him an idea at all when they will
really.
I'm ready to
replace him.
Well, the thing is, if they're looking for a person to replace you, I think they're going to be searching for a while.
Oh, man, no lie.
We started interviews this past week, so hopefully something will happen very soon.
Did they let you sit in so you can laugh?
Say again?
Do they let you sit in so you can laugh?
Do they let you sit in because you can laugh, so you can laugh? Oh, at the interviewees?
Yeah.
Oh, I do. I get to sit in on.
Do I have to eat the chips?
Don't want.
Bring them to me.
I agreed I first talked to the boss man, if you will. I told him if this was going to be 6 months or a year, I said, I'm not interested. That's exactly what I told him. And he said, well, no, we're going to start the process of replacing and 3 months, 4 months. We'll just make it that 4 months will be the limit. Well, we're now at 6.5 months.
Gotta set your
just started.
boundaries.
I told you.
Put your pay on a sliding scale. The
Yeah.
further they go, the more it goes up.
Incentivize.
Yeah. You get a raise every month.
$4,000 extra next month. Y'all better get on it.
All right.
Well, it's nice to be wanted though, David, so, I know it's gotten old.
The
so-
bubbles doing my shoe.
Now that we can get close to traveling, both of us had our 2 shots, so
Yay.
we're ready to
Cool.
go somewhere.
Where are you gonna go?
Come to North Carolina and see me.
Ooh, yeah, go to that.
Yeah, any of you guys come, any of you are invited anytime you want, just let me know.
We have an extra room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you
okay.
do have an extra room. I will be down to San Antonio, by the way, so you might.
Come on.
Hey, let's
I
go.
do. I come down every couple of years. This year, everybody's supposed to come to North Carolina. I don't know how many will make it, but
We bought a real nice IKEA bed for that room.
Wow.
It discourages you from staying extremely long. It is comfortable for a couple of nights.
It'll be good for about 3 months, and then it'll be very uncomfortable.
Yes.
but you know, for weekend guests, you can go. That's a fair amount of time. It'll last though, right?
It'll be fine.
I mean, so that's 3 months, 90 days spread
Spread
out
over.
over.
Out
however
over,
long,
It was actually
Keep it going
my
for 5
COVID
years.
because I felt pretty sure I was going to get COVID and have to segregate. So we bought it just in case. And fortunately, I never became
Yay.
positive. So
Oh, good. Good.
Susan, you still have your blow up mattress in your spare room?
I have one left. There was a lady that came to work with us and she was living at the women's shelter and working, and I just loaded her up with stuff. So she got one of them, but yes, I have one. But I do have a spare bedroom with a really nice bed. So if
Yeah,
anybody wants to
understand.
take those, yeah.
We have plenty of places.
Plenty of places to go.
Biloxi,
you can actually go all the way across
Coast to
the entire
coast.
United States and have places to sleep.
Well, technically,
And
Susan is
head up to
retired.
Troy and New York.
They
and-
won't let her retire
an
at
extra
Village
room.
at all. So
Well,
Living room with the cats, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of room, just no
We have
room.
a birthday girl in the corner of my screen here. I
Yeah.
don't know where she's on your screen. We need to sing her happy
Oh,
birthday.
yeah.
okay.
yeah.
Is it time for Big John and Sparky yet?
after this.
Somebody else has to start. I have no.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Barbara.
Happy
birthday to you.
This came out of, she has honestly perfect voice.
But the key was too
I've
high for
never
me.
heard her sing that so badly.
Well, they helped.
Have
Like,
Almost big, almost as big. Well,
Hi.
anyway.
Hi.
We love you.
I love
Hi,
you all.
Heather.
there?
Happy birthday, Barbara, from all of us to you. Happy birthday, Barbara, from Daddy and Mommy too. We congratulate you and pray good blessings too. Happy birthday, Barbara, from all of us to you.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it much.
Love you,
Hey,
Barb.
Dad. Hey, before we go, hey, Dad.
Quick,
Dad,
saying
before
something to
we
you.
go,
What's
did,
that?
did you take your pill today?
Yes, I
Good.
did,
Good one,
Good
Susan.
call.
but about an hour and a half late, but anyway,
Oh,
whatever.
We
Well, we don't-
allow 2 hours before, 2 hours after,
Yeah.
like an hour, 4 hour
Yeah.
after, but
So that double alarm clock isn't working?
It's over on the, I got it as far as the table next to the bed.
You have to set it.
I think somebody needs an Alexa.
Yeah.
Can we close this before she asks any more embarrassing questions?
Sorry, Dad.
I'll try to get it
Okay.
going.
Yeah.
I bought a double alarm clock, so they would go off 12 hours apart twice a day. So,
We don't have to wrap up real quick. I mean, but I texted some of y'all about a little red 45 RPM record that we used to have as kids that had happy birthday on it. Do y'all remember that?
I
yes,
do.
We're trying to figure out if it still exists, if it's around anywhere, but if any of y'all
I don't have it.
remember,
I looked through everything that I could think of, and I honestly think that I had it at one point. But I looked everywhere that I can think of, amongst mementos. I don't have that many left. I've had to cull over the years. And so, sometimes I have these little false memories because you remember something and then you're thinking about it in a different context. But I remember it. And there was another 45 that was along with it that was the Everly Brothers.
Oh,
I had never heard of before until
what was on the plastic? Was it?
it was a happy birthday.
it
Happy
was a
birthday.
red record that it was a little 45 RPM. It said, and it was a happy birthday
All right.
on
Yeah.
one side. I don't know if there's
Well,
something on the other side. It looks exactly like that. Yeah.
okay. All righty.
But I
What are
might
we
be
looking
remembering
for?
it from some other
I'll
place,
look through-
maybe
I'll
like
look
That
through-
was on
cereal or
Etsy for
something.
20
I'll look
bucks.
through some of the keepsakes I
Pretty
have.
sure we can order it.
See if I got
I
it.
figured,
Not
I should have
simple
like
boxes.
downloaded it today.
No,
I like
Well-
we
human
had
voice though.
we had a little record of some song from Mary Poppins, I think it was.
Yeah.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo or something.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Maybe that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
if
I don't
any of
remember
you are
that
digging
one.
around or moving or anything like that and you come across that, let me know.
I will continue to look for it. So I looked,
I'm able to.
We'll make that a feature of our birthday parties.
that would be really cool to find. And my son actually has a turntable. I don't have a turntable anymore, but my son, I thought, oh, this would be so great. I could just go do Zoom at his house and like put it on, and I couldn't find it. So
You'd actually see your children, one of your children.
Gina's on the road right now. She went to Iowa to see her father and her
Oh, wow.
grandmother and grandfather, and Matthew and Sarah were here today for lunch. They were here till 5 o'clock, so I kind of had to tell them to leave. I had to go take care of Gina's cats and I had to go feed Gina's cats and her fish, and drop off Easter baskets, and I had 64 eggs to stuff and hide. So Hopefully the cats won't like get into all of them. They had already started batting a couple of them around, so. But I did leave them a note. There's 64 eggs in their house, none upstairs, so they'll give
Well,
them.
Barbara,
Dude,
Barbara, I can't wait to hear how your shot goes. I'm hoping that it
Yes.
relieves some of your symptoms.
Yeah.
Fingers
Right.
crossed.
I'm praying that, Tuesday afternoon by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, all of my symptoms have disappeared.
Oh, that would be
Fingers
wonderful.
crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But we'll see what happens.
Is that it's going fast? Like people who get the shot, are they going away quickly?
Some of them are.
In the survivor group that I'm in on Facebook, some people are reporting that their symptoms are totally disappearing after the, if not the first injection, the second injection.
But some of them within hours of having
Within
their,
an hour.
they
Yeah.
felt normal again. So
Wow.
Is it specifically
Weird.
Moderna or is it Pfizer or?
Any of them.
any of them.
Any of them. So I guess I'm going to get the Moderna on Tuesday, but I'm not really, that's my prayer for sure. And, there's no, because the vaccinations are so new, I've not seen anything about anybody going back to having symptoms, after being, relieved of their symptoms. But it is a very odd, different disease and works in different ways. I firmly believe that it lays dormant somewhere in your body, because people a year after they've gotten the disease are sick again, or still sick, suffering. So I don't know.
Shingles, Susan, huh?
Shingles, yeah.
Like shingles, yeah. It just rears its ugly head every now and then.
On your head. On your
On my-
roof.
Yeah. It's in my hairline right now. This is all cleared up pretty much, but it's.
You have shingles in your head right now?
Oh, yeah. It's the
Oh.
second time she's had shingles.
Second time I've had it on my face. Both times have been on my face.
I didn't know it happened on your face.
Mhm. My boss, my manager of our store, she had it a couple of years ago and it literally took the end of her nose off. I mean, she's got like a hole right here on the end of her nose. 'Cause
Oh my.
yeah, it
Like
could
a-
get real ugly. I'm fortunate mine was really light both times. So
I didn't realize that happened anywhere but like your sides.
yeah,
No,
no.
mine was, I had a spot on my back and it looked like a bullseye. And I went to get tested for Lyme disease because it was round and kind of bullseye shaped. And the first thing they did was test me for Lyme disease. And then the neurologist sent me downstairs to see the dermatologist. He goes, that's shingles. I was 50 years old, I guess.
Like I'm not old enough for shingles.
Well, that's when I first got it. Was when I was-
I know. You don't know. Yeah, because they wouldn't give the vaccine until you were 60. They wouldn't cover it until you were 60. So I had to pay to get the vaccine. But I got the vaccine at 51. Let me tell you, I waited 1 year to the day almost and made an appointment and got a vaccine.
Can I just pay for it now and get it now?
Yeah.
I don't
You
want it.
can.
I don't want it. I don't want my nose to fall off.
It's not very expensive. It's only like
It's not fun. I'm
It
telling
is
you.
covered now and they
I've
don't
seen-
have the restrictions like they used to, but I'm not sure.
You probably had the.
Joy, do you have
Yeah.
a bandage on your finger? If you do, I'll kiss it and make it well.
No bandages.
Oh.
I just think we'd all end up. Anybody else have any ailment right now?
No.
Not anymore.
All righty.
Love you guys.
I love
I'm
you.
looking
Happy
for that
birthday,
poll
Barbara.
in the
Good luck
room.
with your shot.
Happy Easter. Happy
Madeline, we didn't say hi to you.
The next birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Yes,
What,
the
David?
next birthday is David's.
Oh, it's Joy's.
Joyce.
Joyce.
Good. You know what? We started with
right.
mine. We could probably end it here.
I will.
In like a couple of days or like a week? or
No,
something?
it's in May.
May, okay.
I'll be in Arkansas during that time, so.
Susan,
Right.
you're,
In
Susan's
May.
coming in May.
Okay.
So somebody will have to move over in their camera for Zoom.
I think we got plenty of
That's
All
room.
those Zooms look full. I don't know.
Yes.
We
Well,
got
Greg,
plenty of room.
Here.
Greg, this is our family and
Yeah.
welcome to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Love you. Love you,
Here's
Amanda.
the-
Love you.
Love you,
Good to
Amanda.
see you.
Love you guys.
Guys.
Oh,
Hey, Carrie,
Good
hey,
night.
Kitty.
Yeah, gotta go
Bye-bye.
paint.
Love you guys.
See you later.
You.
bye.
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 Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Happy
Hey,
birthday.
Guys, thank
She's
you.
already
Gone,
gone.
yes.
Okay. There she is. Okay.
Everybody leaving or not?
Susan.
Yes, so, love you, Barb.
But yeah, if you want to stay on.
Hey, Maddie.
Right.
Madeline,
Yes, yes, sir.
tell Joshua that I miss him and we didn't forget him. Okay.
I will.
All righty. Okay.
You got plans for tomorrow?
Amanda,
No.
I haven't seen the children in a long, long time.
Yeah, they're running around.
Have,
They're
They
you,
got-
really big.
have both you and your husband had the COVID virus yet?
No, we never got
vaccine-
sick.
vaccine, I
We've
meant.
been
You haven't
we've been
had it.
hermits. We've just
Okay.
been at home. We haven't gotten sick and
Okay.
we've not been around people to get sick.
Yeah. Well, I need to see it
Zach
once
got
a
his
month.
first shot Thursday. I'm getting mine tomorrow, so
Good, good, good.
I'll
Okay.
be good to go.
You take care all, okay? I'm gonna sign off.
Okay. Love you, Dad.
Barb, I'll call you.
Okay.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
David.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
David.
Love y'all.
It's just us now.
No, I just beginning. Well,
Maddie, I hear there are congratulations in order to you too.
What do you mean?
Your boyfriend? New
boyfriend,
Oh,
New
Yeah.
old boyfriend?
the old.
new old boyfriend, yeah.
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 Well, congratulations.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So don't mess this one up.
I didn't mess the last one. So.
So where is Joshua tonight?
He's in his room. He's tired. He's been
Okay.
playing outside all day with his cousins, so he's been resting.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
I just realized he's gonna be 5 this year.
yep.
Yeah.
He's
Next
gonna,
month.
wow, he's gonna start, what, Head Start or something?
Kindergarten. It'd be
Wow,
kindergarten.
that seems impossible.
I know, right?
I know we were talking to Amanda today about, how to get him registered for school. And she said, you better go on now and get it done because they fill up fast.
Yeah.
So I tried to go on my phone, but their
Their
mobile
websites.
app is really bad. So I'll go on the computer and get that done.
I'll do it this week.
Yeah, I definitely get it done priority.
Yeah.
We want him bust or whatever.
I
So,
signed COVID vaccine on Wednesday.
Nice.
I don't have an appointment till April 23rd. I'm gonna give you the last person to get it.
Yeah.
It's
Why
hard
is-
to get them here.
Well, you have to think about it's 4.8 million people
Yeah.
that they're trying to vaccinate in San Antonio, and
And they're sending 50,000 viruses at a
yeah,
time.
50,000
So,
vaccines at a
vaccines.
time. So
It's taking
it's-
a long time.
you got to be
Half of those to the border.
Huh?
Half of the vaccines are going down to the border now. So
Well, they're going to Austin and Dallas and Houston and the counties that have very small amount of people. They're like, we're kind of,
We're in limbo.
yeah, we've got too many people and too few people at the same
And-
time.
I know that over in where we grew up in the Odessa area.
Oh, yeah,
They're
fine.
trying to give them away because
Yeah,
they
they're
have, nobody's getting them. Everybody's vaccinated and.
Yep.
Yep.
So my,
That's frustrating.
the VA called me or texted me, I guess, on a Thursday, set up my vaccine for the next Monday. And I went in, got it, and it was actually really fast. I had to take kind of a morning off of work, and I walked in there and I said something about, I was like, I'm taking off work, and the guy's like, come on back. So went in, got it, went to work, and work was fine all day. And then that next day I woke up and I felt like my arm was going to fall off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess it's worth it in the end, as long as the arm doesn't fall off.
I don't
Yeah.
think the arm's gonna fall off. It may rot off, but it's not gonna fall. It may rot, then fall off. but Yeah.
Have it surgically removed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you guys get to go into church today?
To what?
What, Dad?
I say you have to worry about extra arms, not about arms falling off.
That's right.
No extra
Connection. I'm down.
Your Dad, you're cutting out. Your sound is cutting out quite a bit tonight.
That's because if we're talking over someone else, the speakers shut the voice or shut the microphone down.
Okay. I say it was unusual because it wasn't doing that the last time. So thought I'd mention.
Well,
Yours is a little different, David.
well,
So,
can you hear me okay though?
Yeah, we can hear you as
But
long as
it cuts out about like the very end of your sentence. It cut out.
Well,
it's like
maybe
it's on voice activation. Voice activation is going off a
is this
little
any
early.
better?
Where's
Am I still cutting out?
Not as bad.
Testing. The Zoom will try to cancel out noise, and so we've got the speaker turned up a bit so that I think that affects it.
Yeah. Did you guys get to go into church,
Barbara,
or was it all online?
We just did it online. We did it online. We're going to wait a couple of weeks after. She got her shot yesterday, so we're going to wait a couple of weeks before we start going back.
Yeah. Good idea.
what did you want, Melissa?
when did I pick you up? Tuesday.
I have to be there at 12:30. Did you get yours done at Washington Regional?
No, Harp's Pharmacy had a walk-in clinic at Cross Church.
Oh.
That's where I had it done.
I mean, I can drive myself. It's not that big a deal, I think, because I want to get it in my left arm because of the surgery I had in the right arm. Of course, it's my dominant arm too, so I don't want it to fall off
Right. Or grow another one.
or grow another one.
It's up to you. I mean, if you want someone to drive, then we'll be, I know Melissa's very willing for you to do that. And you can sit in the back seat and get it in your left arm.
Get it in the left arm, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's totally up to you. It's
Up to you if
It's- it's just down the road from me, so it's not that it's that far away that I could, and Maddie can go with me, and if I have a reaction, she can call somebody.
Or I'll just drive illegally home. Okay, just making that known.
You actually have to wait in the parking lot after you get it for
Yeah.
15 minutes. Unless you have a known reaction to other vaccines.
No,
No.
yeah,
They made me wait 15 minutes after I got mine.
yeah,
Like to the minute, the little lady wouldn't let me leave any sooner.
yeah.
And I think she had a gun.
Yeah,
I'm serious. She had a gun on her yet.
yeah.
Is that serious? I don't know. Are you
Well, she was a
protecting
3A,
that
right?
or what?
kind of listen to somebody with a gun, yeah.
It is.
Well,
I mean,
not in the same place as you were having yours, Barbara. And there was first time there was a lady driving around in a motorized wheelchair, wheel scooter. I don't know if she was handicapped, but I could have outrun her if I needed to. So,
Yeah. I think I'll just go ahead and drive myself and then, you know, because it's a trip to get over here and I know I have to go up around the hospital and come down on Appleby and wait on Appleby to turn into the parking lot. And then you have to wait. So I think I'll be okay.
I'll go with her.
You
I'll make
know,
sure.
I'm a little bit, you know, scared. Obviously, I know it's not a live vaccine and, you know, but in your brain, you're thinking you're injecting me with COVID.
You're just getting hamburger meats. All you're getting. It's just protein.
Just protein. I know. I know.
Nothing. It absolutely cannot harm you.
I understand that. You know, and I have got to. It's just my brain at this point is the
That's
fear.
That's why I thought it'd be good to have someone with you.
Yeah.
Just, I know you could drive yourself, but just companionship and
Okay.
somebody to hold your hand,
Absolutely.
you know, if you needed it.
I'm
Of
gonna
course,
make
if you're in the
any.
back seat,
I'll have to take off work
Okay.
to do her COVID vaccine.
Yeah. Well,
It's up to you.
yeah. I just hate that for you to come all the way over and, you know.
She's retired. She's bored. Let her do that.
Let her do it.
Okay.
you can use that as an excuse after she drops you off back at home to go to Hobby Lobby and
There you go.
Yeah, that'll work. You know,
So who has had round 2?
both of us.
both of y'all.
Nice.
I didn't have any, my arm was sore a little bit the first one, second one. I didn't have any soreness, no reaction. So I was good.
So far, my first one, I didn't even feel it once you put it in. I didn't have any reaction. Second one, my arm's been hurting a little bit, but that's only been one day. So they say some of the reactions come back a little later. So we'll see.
Mine hurt. It didn't hurt the day I got it. It hurt sore the next day. And I say hurt is not the right word. It was extremely sore. And then on the third day,
I think it was just because he stopped moving it because he went to work and he was moving it all day and doing stuff. And
then when I came down, I laid down and yeah, when I got up, it was stiff.
Do you think ice would help with that? Because I was wondering.
I took ibuprofen and within 10 minutes taking the ibuprofen, I felt fine.
Yeah.
So I didn't experience any of the other, like I had a little bit of like a fog just for about 30 minutes. I had a little bit of chills, you know, because your body's reacting to the protein.
Sure.
And so I had that for about 15 minutes. And after that, I've been 100%.
they did say don't take any painkillers before you get the shot. Wait till afterwards. And
yeah,
you may not even need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had the shingle vaccine last fall. The second one made me sick. I had ran fever and felt like I had the flu the day after, and I took a day off of work. But and I thought maybe, so I quarantined until I got tested.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it wasn't COVID, that's for sure. It was just apparently, you know, and I'm kind of waiting to get that shingles vaccine because of that. I want to make sure that I'm over this before I get into that.
Yeah.
I've been able to get on insurance through the state. So it's actually insurance through unemployment. I can't get unemployment benefits other than getting the, you know, medical benefits, but
That's huge.
I'm sorry.
It's huge by itself.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was able to go, my nursing instructor slash friend slash now healthcare provider. I went to her, was it Monday? Last Monday. And we talked quite a bit, and she's followed because, you know, we're friends, and she knows what's going on with me. And we've talked about, you know, trying to treat things that are going on.
Yeah.
And I wanted to wait until after I got the vaccine to actually start treating, if, you know, because of the heart issues and the brain fog and the fatigue. And, you know, I had some issues before I got COVID, and my doctor was leaning towards fibromyalgia, but really never did any true testing for it. And so on the 12th, I go back for blood work. And so I'm going to get a full workup to try to find out what's going on with that.
Have them check your thyroid too.
Do I?
Have them check your thyroid too.
Yes, my thyroid was off. And the last time I went to my doctor, they had run blood work to check the thyroid, and my TSH and the T3 were elevated.
Well, all the symptoms you're saying are a thyroid storm.
Thyroid, yeah. And so the T3 has never been elevated before. And I read, you know, the COVID is, you know, really messing with the thyroid.
It is.
But my TSH has not been that elevated. It's really not been hugely elevated. And
So it doesn't take much elevation to trigger symptoms though on the TSH.
And
the free T4 is where you're at T3 and free T4, the two you're going to see the massive jump if you're in a thyroid storm, but you're only going to know that when you're in the storm. So even a week later, the blood test won't be useful.
You know, and that's true. And you know, he was talking about Hashimoto's, and I'm like, no, I don't believe that. It's Hashimoto's. It's just not. I think it was, you know, the COVID that actually has messed that up. So
it absolutely could have triggered it. Have you had like a B12 injection just to see if that mitigates the symptoms?
No.
Because a good solid B12 injection would let you know if it is in fact, you know, a TSH-T4 thyroid storm, because it's going to mitigate the symptoms for 48 hours. And then as soon as it wears off, the symptoms are going to come back.
Yeah, I've been taking, for about 4 years now, I've been taking levothyroxine because of my issues with the, you know, and I think it's a lot of, Dad has it, Maddie, Debbie has it, you know, I've got it.
I don't have it.
Not, Maddie doesn't have it.
I don't have it.
But it's just, but also, you know, the neuropathy that with my feet now,
right.
You know, that's my main kind of problem.
Yeah.
That I can't sleep.
Yeah. So the neuropathy TSH, but it's the fire, the burning sensation. That is, I mean, textbook thyroid.
I'm hoping, like I said, you know, of course, the burning did not start until I got COVID.
Right.
None of that, actually, those symptoms were non-existent. You know, the feeling of the fire racing through the veins, you know, subsided after the initial infection was over with. But the feeling of, it's almost like when you put your hand on a washing machine or a dryer or washing machine, something that vibrates just like that. That's from the waist down. It's a constant vibrating. Like it's like it just drives me sometimes insane. That it's just a very odd feeling. But especially the left foot, the pain and the burning in that left foot, you know, has been a real problem. So she gave me gabapentin for that. She actually gave me trazodone and gabapentin because I'm not sleeping.
Wow.
And so
That's a harsh mix.
Yeah, I took that first night, I took the trazodone and gabapentin. The next day, I thought I was going to, I didn't really think, the only reason I think I woke up is because the dogs were trying to tell me they needed to go outside.
Yeah.
And I was just down.
Yeah, that puts you under the table.
I'm like, I'm not taking that trazodone again.
Add some tramadol to it, and you wouldn't have woke up.
Well, see, again, that's the thing. I was taking tramadol at night, but that reacts. Well, she was trying to figure out what I could take together as far as that to get me some sleep and get me, some relief from the burning. And so
is the gabapentin, is that for RLS?
they use it for RLS. Well, not necessarily. It's the thing that they're using it for is neural pain. It's the
neuropathy. But the thing is when you're taking a medication that it doesn't paralyze the nerve, but it stops the signal, and then you take on top of that something that's a muscle relaxer, you're in a very dangerous sort of situation.
Yeah. Well, she's unfortunate thing is I can message her and say, hey, this is this, and so I did that, and I said, do you care? Because she had written me a prescription for tramadol, and then later on that evening said, I don't want you to take the tramadol and the gabapentin.
Yeah, that seems like that's a good plan.
Yeah, but then she gave me the trazodone and the gabapentin, and then I told her I was a real lightweight on medication. It just doesn't take much to put me under the table.
Yeah.
And
it's like heroin when you add them together.
Yeah, so I took half of the trazodone, which is 75 milligrams, and the gabapentin. So now I'm taking it if I remember, I'll take tramadol in the morning, and I'll take the gabapentin at night. Today was the only day I remembered to take the tramadol since.
Are you having muscle twitch, or is it a vibrant sensation? Is your actual muscle twitching?
The muscles are no, there's no twitching of the muscles. Sometimes there's a tremor. It is a vibrating sensation.
Okay.
Like you're, I don't know. It's just weird. But
I had a friend of mine that had a similar symptom after a trauma, back trauma. And he, for several months, he said it felt like from his basically sciatic nerve down his right leg and then actually moving over to his left leg, it felt like he was standing on one of those little vibrating machines. And I think the only thing that helped him was, he got to the point where he was becoming depressed and suicidal because of it. And so they went in and did a nerve block. And once they did the nerve block, the nerve block wore off 6 hours later, but the reset had fixed it, and he hasn't had it. But that may have just been a fluke. They were just trying to give him some relief so he wouldn't, spiral. But after the nerve block went away.
It seems to be a pretty common after effect of COVID, that this feeling of vibration, neural pain, tinnitus. I had tinnitus before I got COVID, so I've lived with that for many years, so I don't have to worry about, but some people they're freaking out over the tinnitus, and I'm like, it's just something.
After some explosions in Iraq, I developed a pretty severe case. I still have it today.
Yeah,
my brain just ignores it now.
Yeah, most part I don't hear it. I hear it, but you ignore it.
Right now, mine came with amoxicillin.
And mine came with tetracycline.
Mine came with an explosion of a 105 round.
He beats you guys.
win.
Not a competition.
Should have had a drug instead of that, you know?
Yeah, I mean.
Would have been much nicer if I could have got it from a Monticello. And the BA's like, you can still hear, right? And I'm like, yeah, over this ringing, I can hear you. Good. You don't need any money for that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I got fitted for hearing aids late last year, and because I have a remarkable, I marked. Sorry, guys.
Decline in hearing.
Decline in my hearing in my left ear, and in my right ear, which I thought was my worst ear because I always talk on the phone with my left ear. Is the better one, but when I put the hearing aids on the left ear, I have to turn the volume down quite a bit because there's like an echo or I hear myself talk, it's like
Right.
talking old PA system kind of thing,
Yeah, but she has
Little
them.
feedback loop,
Do I?
like a feedback into the.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
Maddie? What'd you say, Maddie?
I said she has them, but she chooses not to wear them. So
What did you say?
yeah.
I know a certain grandfather of yours who does the same thing.
Yep.
Right after I got them, I got sick with COVID, so I didn't get used to wearing them, and then I know I went over to Dad's several weeks ago, and Debbie
Debbie was smashing on a Coke bottle.
Oh yeah.
And it just like set off her
It
hearing
was
aids.
just incredible. It sounded like fireworks right beside my ear, and I was like, oh. But I should have worn them today because I could not hear half of what everybody was saying when I went over to Amanda's.
Neither could we, so.
My hearing's pretty good and I couldn't hear it, so I don't think it had good hearing.
It's a little chaotic with that many people.
Yeah.
The hearing aids that my dad had, once they reach a certain threshold, they shut off.
Oh.
So it's so many decibels, and they're designed for hunters, but that's something you might look into because once it reaches a certain volume threshold, it stops.
Yeah.
So
That'd be. Yeah. Well, the insurance I had at work paid for 100% of those hearing aids, which was really nice feature, and I didn't realize that I had such a huge loss of hearing. But,
it's so gradual, you don't know it's gone until you hear again for the first time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty crazy that they actually work if you wear them.
We got the TV transmitter for Melissa, so it transmits directly into her ear. And that's been very helpful because we can turn the volume down for me, and she can hear the TV and control the volume independently that she's hearing. And she can actually walk into the kitchen and it's still transmitting as though she's in the living room.
Wow.
I need those. Where do you get those at?
Yeah.
This is Resound or Resound.
Resound. Well, that's the brand of hearing aids that I have is the
If yours
Resound.
have the Bluetooth, Barbara?
Bluetooth, yeah.
Yeah, if it's got the Bluetooth, you should be able to
to do that.
But it was worth it.
So I always say you get these things for other people, not for yourself. So.
No, she gets them for herself.
My dad used to, we'd walk in their house and the max volume on the TV was always all the way up. And my dad couldn't hear it otherwise. And so everyone had to endure.
I think that's Debbie's main complaint is that, that Dad will turn that TV up so loud and then She can't go to sleep because it's so loud, and he falls asleep because he can't hear it. And
I've told him about that. He doesn't realize it, doesn't understand.
he doesn't hear. He doesn't hear it, and he doesn't, what's your normal is your normal, and that's his normal, It's something. But I know that, Ruth used to complain about the TV going all the time, and, the volume.
It's getting
So
close.
he never change.
Bedtime, Kim?
I have a 3:30 in the morning for me. So
We should-
All right.
Well, again, happy birthday, happy Easter.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, yeah.
happy Easter.
We'll see you guys later.
Don't break
Okay.
anything else,
Good to see
Maddie.
you.
Do what?
Don't break any more bones.
See, I can't promise that.
Yeah.
At least one more.
No.
All right, well, just make it a small one.
Small one, yeah.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Have a good night.
Oh, just down to us.
Down to 4.
We can
All right.
stay, but I need to go get something to drink.
Yeah, that's fine. We're ready to.
I have
I've
to get
got
Joshua to bed.
a headache.
Okay.
So
I'm glad you joined us.
Yeah. Thank you
So
so
you're
much.
saying, Maddie, are you
Yeah.
still taking classes?
Yeah, I have 2 classes left until I do my internship.
All right. Good
And then
going. All right. Stick with it. Don't give up.
I won't.
Then she gets a job and supports me for the next
7 years.
17
we agreed.
years.
No, we agreed 7.
For us, our kids have never gotten that concept.
Yeah. All right, guys. I love you. Melissa, I guess probably it takes about
You have to text her.
10 minutes or so to get, but it's going to be noon traffic. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be there at 12:30.
So you do want me to get you?
Well, I'll let you know tomorrow. Let me think about it. Okay. I'll text you.
All right.
I'm good either way.
Okay. All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.